Trump has tweeted, "Hold the date," he says, "for a celebration at the Lincoln Memorial on July 4th. Wow, old July 4th, what a good idea. "I'm calling it a salute to America." Man, he's clever. "The gathering will include a major fireworks display. It will also include entertainment and an address by your favorite president, me." Of course, it'll be near the Lincoln Memorial, who presumably was our last favorite president. Trump says Lincoln's a loser. He's on the penny. No one bends down to pick up loser Lincoln's coin. When they put me on a coin, it'll be good enough for people to bend down and pick it up. That's what he says. I'll be on a $100 bill, not a $5 loser bill. They won't even call it Benjamin's anymore. They'll call it Donald. And I'm a more popular president than Benjamin Franklin ever was. Trump could have lived the rest of his life without people ever knowing he was a boss of a criminal enterprise and an asshole. Being Donald Trump and not the president is a mighty good job. People admired him, believed his fake cover story of great wealth and ability. It's not a bad life. Flying to your golf resorts, there's always a fawning staff ready to serve your every whim. They play golf and never beat you. You got lovely homes around the world, each with a beautiful view, each with an attentive staff. Not necessarily a well-paid or legal staff, but attentive. You see, and when you own your own plane, there's never a security line. It's always priority boarding. You're driven to the runway, you step out of your car, into your plane, and you're off. It sounds as good as being the president without the hard work. Now what we've learned from the testimony of Michael Cohen, former Trump lawyer, was that Trump never wanted to be president. He was so sure he wouldn't win, he didn't even worry about having operated a criminal organization for the last 30 years. The presidency, the president of the United States, is the most examined man in the world. How can he be so stupid as to walk into that job with his criminal background? For Trump, it was just a name recognition, career-boosting plan to run. Being a candidate would improve his marketability. He wouldn't have to do phony real estate classes. He could just run a phony political candidate school. He was running for office to promote himself, and the prize that he won is his undoing. People have looked behind the curtain and seen who he is. Now he is hated and reviled, and no one wants his name on their building. The residents of the Trump building on the west side sued to remove the name, claiming it lowered the value of their apartments. The only people who will look admiringly at Trump and his products from now on will be his red hat wearing cult followers. But they can't afford his apartments, or his resorts, or his steaks, or his ties. They can only afford his damned red hats. So the presidency is not the career boost he anticipated. The presidency is not a rich kid's toy, or a thing to advance your brand recognition. And I hope he has years, perhaps in jail, to regret having ever thought of the presidency as a career-boosting scheme. Think of how much better the entire world would have been if instead of coming down the escalator in Trump Tower to announce his candidacy, Trump came down with a bandage on his head and some bruises. Instead of announcing that he was running for the office of president, he could have announced that he'd been attacked by a couple of Mexicans. Jussie Smollett thought that plan would be a career booster. But he won't spend 20 years in Leavenworth. Trump could have saved us as well as himself if instead of running for the presidency to boost his career, he could have just hired a couple of guys to beat the shit out of him. Whoa.